Has picked up some good points in his last event, but now in the fridge carry he's going against Mariusz Pudzianowski, who's got his back against the wall.
Left!
He certainly has, the defending champion. But Pudzianowski it is who gets away to the faster start. What a brilliant stride down this course goes Mariusz. Oh, there are meters between himself and Savickas is no slouch. But it's Mariusz who's coming away. Remember the time of Carlsen, 24:37, and he's absolutely destroyed it. 16.3 seconds, and even Savickas with 20.8 has moved into second place, but miles behind this man.
I'm happy only one athlete is Vasil, also is very faster. Maybe I first, 100% I am second. Maybe first, looking. 2 minutes. Looking who first.
That certainly was a blistering time by Pudzianowski. Well, now it's the turn of Magnus Samuelsson and Vasil Varastyuk.
The two leaders head-to-head in the fridge carry. Samuelsson's height is a disadvantage here. I expect Varastyuk to smoke this course.
Left!
Well, we'll have to wait and see, but Jamie's pretty knowledgeable on these sort of things, and Varastyuk has got away brilliantly. Well, he's put acres of space between himself and the Swedish champion. Varastyuk is coming away. Can he challenge the time set by Pudzianowski? Yes, he can. Absolutely superb. 15.03. And he's #1 in an event for the second time in a row. Well, Jamie Reeves absolutely right. He said Samuelsson would struggle, and that's precisely what he has done. But Vasil Varastyuk was incredible. 2 events and 2 wins. You can't get any better than that.
The same 3 men who dominated the competition last year could well be the key figures once again. And looking at the scoreboard after 2 events, already you sense that the competition may be splitting into 2. So the steely-eyed Ukrainian has stolen a march on his main rivals, but he knows there's an awful long way to go.
When you come to Bahamas, you must swim with dolphins. These dolphins wear a film flipper. Swimming with dolphins is great.
Meanwhile, on an idyllic Bahamian beach, an exercise in lower back and leg torture.
Squat lift.
Well, John, absolutely right. This could be real torture for Sven Carlsen of Norway. The left thigh heavily strapped, and if there is any bleeding at all in the muscle, he could really suffer, and he may not even take any further part in the competition. This could be real agony for a former world's strongest man.
Left!
This is not about bonus points or anything that we had in the heats. This is all about the number of repetitions that you can do. No, he shakes his head and he says no. Oh, that hurt. When that barrel went into the cage, that really hurt Sven Carlsen. A brave effort. Very disappointing indeed for Carlsen. We're only into event 3, but I think his challenge has well and truly gone.
This is never a good event for Samuelsson, and so it proved again. Just 2 lifts for the giant Swede. Raymond Bergmanis in the habit of changing his hairstyle, but he's good at this. He managed 5 lifts, and so did Mariusz Pudzianowski, although his time was quicker.
And so the target has been set at 5 repetitions by Raymond Bergmanis and Mariusz Pudzianowski, and that is what Savickas has to challenge. He is a former silver medalist in the World Powerlifting Championships, and squat is a very important exercise in that sport. So we're expecting this guy to be very good indeed. First started competing in 1992.
Left.
Here is a very talented strongman. He's been
Stands
involved
out.
in powerlifting and strong
Squat.
events now for well over a decade.
Good left.
And of course, as I said earlier, the target's set at 5, and so far he's making this look very easy. Has to wait for the barrels to be loaded. Otherwise, I think he would have done about 10 by now.
Good left.
This is terrific stuff.
Squat. Good left.
Now, is he going to do all 7 lifts? I suspect he might, you know. And this will do his challenge in terms of getting to the top of the table, the power of good. He's already gained 2 third places. This might be a first place. And he hardly broke sweat. Zavikas is definitely the king of the squat at the moment. Well, what an impression Vasil Varastyuk has
Take your
made
position.
on this World's Strongest Man final so far. 2 first places in a row. Now, if he's going to go ahead of Zavikas, he's got to do all 7 lifts in a faster time. 33.13 was Zavikas' time.
Stands out. Squat.
So here we go.
Good left.
Looks comfortable.
Squat.
A little bit frustrating to have to wait for those barrels to go on.
Squat.
He's making this look pretty easy.
Squat.
I know it's no indication as to how strong a man is just by the size of his legs, but Zavikas is a little bit thicker around the thighs than Varastyuk. But both he and his brother, Roman Varastyuk, the great shot putter, will be doing lots of this sort of exercise, I'm sure, in the gym.
Stands in.
Oh, he wants the stands in. Now, he won't go for number 7. 6 lifts is enough. 2 first places in the first 2 events, and now a 2nd place. Varastyuk is looking superb.
Well, Zavikas obviously managing to narrow the gap on the Ukrainian there, who may or may not be playing a dangerous game. But it's clear even at this stage that Samuelsson and Bergmanis need big scores soon if they're going to stay in contention. Vereshchuk playing a tactical game now, but Pudzianowski, who once seemed so invincible, really is now appearing very mortal indeed. Artists from Gloria Estefan to Justin Timberlake have appeared in concert on this beach, and now it's time for Van Morrison. It's the deadlift, just the 315 kilograms to be picked up and placed down as often as possible until your body says enough is enough. So forget Van Morrison, it's more Van Halen, seriously heavy metal.
And I really don't understand how Sven Karlsson has managed to drag himself off his sickbed because of that left thigh problem to take part in this event.
Left.
So here we go.
Down.
Slow and steady.
Good left. Left.
Actually, a lot of the deadlifters these days, it's more about back than it is
Good
in
left.
terms of leg
Left.
lifting. And he is using his back a lot there and just locking out his legs at the last minute. So this is not too bad, I suspect, on Sven Karlsson's thigh.
Down. Good left.
Has he had enough?
Left in your own
He wouldn't
time.
be at all surprised if he had had enough, but he's getting more chalk on his hands.
Count it down, please.
There is a time limit of 75 seconds, so he's got the time to do that. And I'm sure when we see some of the competitors after Sven Karlsson, we're going to see totals way in excess of 5 lifts. So he needs every little bit extra that he can. Oh, he's bleeding again. Oh, my goodness. A lot of pressure being built up with each left. That is 5 repetitions. And once again, I can't emphasize too much just how brave an effort that was from the former champion. Another former champion